5 men from County Mayo are imprisoned this evening for blocking the construction of a gas pipeline through their land by the multinational energy company Shell. Shell, which wants to build the pipeline from its gas field off the coast of Mayo, had sought the jailing of the men for their refusal to obey 2 court injunctions. Sending the men to prison, the judge said they couldn't take the law into their own hands.
They came here one morning early and he brought me down here and he said it could be coming across here, will it? You know, just beside our house, and that's what they did at the beginning. They came telling us what they were going to do. They never asked us at any stage for permission. I mean, they tried to bully us and it didn't work. And then they just turned around and said, well, look, there's only one answer for this crowd, is throw them in jail. They thought they'd put us to jail for 3 or 4 days and these poor 5 beggars would be on their knees, wanting to apologise to get out of there. I mean, it was an indefinite sentence, like. The only way we could get out of there was to purge our contempt. If we came out, we'd have let the community down, big time. You know, you thought to yourself, well, God, I cannot leave here now. I mean, there was thousands of people out there, thousands. I mean, that's when it all began.
People before prophets.
After 3 months behind bars and weeks of political manoeuvring, the 5 Rossport men jailed for their protests against the Shell Corrib gas pipeline were finally released from Cloverhill prison this afternoon.
You'll never forget, you know, what you did in your childhood. Even though you could leave it for years. I mean, I missed this big time when I was in jail. I mean, this is where I should have been. So, I mean, why just throw it to Shell, like, all right, they'll give us a few quid fast. But that won't last. They'll give us a few jobs for a few months. Then, when the few months are over, we'll come down to the strand and we won't be even able to stand on the shore. We'll have to just go up home in sadness and see the place all, you know, silt, oil, dirt, the birds gone. So, I mean, why are we supposed to sacrifice that for Shell?
Traffic is coming through.
Yeah.
Is there a police cordon?
No shouting. No back, no talk. Go back, please. Back, please.
The Lord is with thee, blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
Holy Mary,
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed
Just let me tell you all, neither I nor my guards are going to be bullied around here. That day is over.
The more you see wrong being done, the more angrier you get. People aren't going to take this lightly. They're not going to sit down and say, well, this was pushed upon us.
No one. All I'm telling you is take the fat camera to my face.
I mean, this could go on forever. Well, it'll certainly bring short-term jobs, and it is bringing short-term jobs. A lot of them don't realise that the destruction is going to do in the future, you know. It's certainly going to destroy the fish and the crab and lobster along the coast, and if there's any bit of contamination at all, it'll destroy the markets for us in France and Spain. They won't want to buy them off us. You destroy one industry to set up another. That's the way I see it. We're just saving our position here. We mark down all the fleets, just in case somebody clips the buoys. Markers. Me and my 4 brothers are here all the time and set up home and family. And the fishing that kept us here, I'd like to see that carried on. My oldest son is at it now, but he started out fishing with me. He started going out in the boat when he was 5 or 6. And you get a love for it. And that's why it's so important to me, you know. Tie it up there now for a few minutes.
Blood cops, blood money. Blood cops, blood money.
Quite frankly, from the government's point of view, that's it. The negotiating is over. The rule of law has to be implemented, and the work goes on. And if there are those who try to frustrate that, they're breaking the law, and it's a matter for the Gardaí to enforce it.
Right, folks, your last opportunity before I deploy force. Are you going to move into the left-hand side of the road voluntarily and let traffic through?
I couldn't believe that we would ever witness here in rural Ireland, in a small community, local guards involved in a day that people would be literally beaten by Garda batons. I didn't think we'd ever experience something like that. And it did put a lot of fear in people's minds, and in my own, of course it did.
The state really went to war against us, and with one intent, and that was to break the momentum of what was going on.
You could only see danger. It was so obvious that it couldn't continue like that. We felt the responsibility was here in the community and people at the heart of the opposition against Shell. We had to call off a protest day for the safety of the people, because we saw that it could lead to someone getting seriously hurt.
Dreadful mistake, as far as I'm concerned, and it was a failure of courage.
The majority of people are local residents, people that sit in the seats on a Sunday morning in the church with their children in their arms. They are concerned about what the future holds. We have a duty to hear the concerns of our people and also to see what could we do to put things on the table that could be examined to see what the possibilities were. The priests of this parish wrote to Minister Eamon Ryan in November 2007. In an attempt to find some resolution to the current impasse, we suggest that an alternative site for the refinery should be explored. One such option would be to explore the possible relocation of the refinery to an uninhabited coastal area such as Glinsk, a location already identified as a possible alternative corridor for the pipeline. We would therefore ask you to give serious consideration to this option in an effort to bring the sorry history of this project to a peaceful and just conclusion. Yours sincerely, Father Michael Nallen, Father Michael Gilroy, Father Sean Noon.
The support of the local parish priests has been major importance in the parish. Everyone knows that they can see the right and wrong of it, and they are now willing to take a stand on it. That's really encouraging. Rerouting any pipeline to this refinery is unacceptable, and no amount of talking around that is going to make this acceptable.
They will have to see the way forward with a solution rather than conflict for our community. And if that's the suggestion of going into a remote area in the community that has the support of the parish, then I think that's the only way forward. We will be able to live safely in our community and Shell will get their profits.
What is the proposal?
That we should back the initiative put forward by the priests of the parish of Kilcommon in their letter to Minister Eamon Ryan, where they suggested an alternative site for the proposed gas refinery.
Why do you feel that there is an onus upon us to say or do anything at this stage?
It's an opportunity, maybe our last chance, to show that we are reasonable people.
Probably more than likely, 99% sure Shell is not going to agree with it anyway. But it's going to give the people of the community a better outlook.
The perception is out there that we're a bunch of extremes, and that purpose this is to try and claim back the middle ground. The perception is out there and possibly get more support.
What are you talking about? That is a load of fucking cowards.
We are losing support
Doesn't make sense.
from our attitudes and from the way we've cut ourselves off.
I am not going to be any part of any soft focus. It either comes in or it doesn't. Giving a bloody house and giving Shell to shore. Forget it.
Sorry, Terence, we need to vote on this because it's getting late.
The woman.
A vote could be very divisive. It would be very deep at this stage. The idea of an onshore refinery just cannot be accepted at this stage.
The community must decide for ourselves, do we want a solution? If we want a solution, Maura...
I fucked you out of it before and I'll fuck you out of it again.
Hold Hold it.
I am
Hold
going
it.
to say what I...
Hold it. Carry on then. Yes.
And it is this. We are... Ah, fuck off.
Stop abusing people, Mark.
No. Listen. Stick to the issue. Hold on. 1 minute.
Good night.
There's no point being here, are you? We're getting nowhere.
So, yeah, so you want to vote on this or not?
No sense.
And I tell you this.
I'm not listening to you, Maura.
Nobody fucking sells me out.
We have listened.
Oh, shit.
It's gone because the place is just torn apart. Community are split. Chelsea is finished. Everybody here is just signed out of it, so we've just lost it over arguing.
Something else will grow out of it, won't it?
Yeah, but it will be, but it'll be something that we'll have to move in a more positive direction. Kieran, I'm going, so I'm going to need a lift. I can't argue anymore.
So I'm going to go into something else, you know.
Yeah, I told you.
I think we lost a huge opportunity, really, the way this whole project has been handled. Really and truly lost huge opportunities. So it's all so damaged now, and it doesn't feel very good. And hard to imagine how it could be remedied.
Chelsea remains whatever it is Chelsea is. I consider it a mindset.
You are committing an offence.
What we do has been effective to date, and I wasn't going to be part of dismantling that. If you blink, then the other side will put the boots in.
The guards are going to come in and they're going to move you. That's it. So we're giving you this opportunity.
There are people that believe in extreme situations. If Chelsea continues down the road, that the possibility of someone losing their lives, I would much prefer another way of looking at it. Just because we oppose Shell and we want the safety of a pipeline here in our community, we certainly wouldn't want to see anyone on either side getting hurt.
God. What's new? My God, they've the pipe around us. Jesus, they have us well cornered in now, haven't they? It's even crazier than the old route. So it is, much crazier. This is. I'm not going to get nothing to open the door for you.
What about you?
How you going?
Have you seen these yet?
What? Seen them?
Oh, you got a few.
I have got them for dead people and people that were...
Oh, you got a ball of them now, did you?
Oh, Jesus, leave me alone.
Unregistered ghost.
No, we can't come out of the house now.
No, it's worse. It's worse than before.
140 metres from the houses. But that means that we have to stay in the houses.
Because it's
I mean, if we come out, we'll be getting closer to it.
Yeah.
So, we're indoors now for the rest of our life. Huh?
And that's affecting more people now.
Oh, yeah.
That's worse.
Big time.
That's worse than the
2
original.
times worse.
And they were proposing to go through the bog that they haven't looked at yet.
Yeah.
So they don't know what they're
No,
proposing.
that's tough. It's like water, that's what you can call it. There's a slight surface on it, but once you break that, you could finish up anywhere. To get it to stabilise in the bog, you see, what do you do? When the tractor turns in the top of the bog here above, you can feel it here, vibrating. So I mean, with the pressure that would be in that pipe, that pipe would be all the time moving. I mean, there's no way that anyone can come to me and guarantee me that it's safe. The bog is a technology of its own. You know, you have to know how to handle the bog. I mean, you just cannot, there's one thing about the bog, you cannot trust the bog.
There are 62 shareholders in the commonage. Commonage in Irish terms means that it's undivided. But no, the shares are, you cannot say X share is this plot or that plot. It's, as the name says, it's undivided. They advertised in November that they intended to enter the land, the commonage, for investigation works. I wasn't notified by letter. I just spotted the advertisement in a kind of local free newspaper and decided that wasn't good enough. So I made an application to the district court, and the judge agreed and placed an order and ordered Shell not to enter the commonage for investigation work and told them to do it right.
I have to ask you, what are you doing here? Right, well, Shell have acquired a shared commonage, and we're here to do a walkover service.
I have an order from the district court in Balmullet, Judge Devons, prohibiting RPS to enter the commonage unless you have done it according with legislation. That's her order.
Yeah.
So you're breaking it.
Well, RPS are actually working as an agent of Shell.
I don't care. What I'm saying is there's a prohibition on carrying out the survey work unless you go back to court and sort it out properly. But clearly Shell believes that buying a share in the commonage sets the court order itself aside, and they just can enter the commonage as much as they like. I disagree with that. So as of now, I'm left with no other option than to go back to the courts and take out proceedings against Shell for contempt of court.
Again, unnamed security guards, acting outside the law with the assistance of An Garda Síochána, are blocking access to the public beach to do work over which there are serious legal questions. This is all a special area of conservation. This is Shell's law.
If we squeeze it into the landfall, so be it. Let's deal with any problems, legal or otherwise, later. If anybody wants to challenge us in any court, nobody has the money to do so, which is quite true.
Trying to remove your arm. No, I don't consent to this. I do not consent. I don't consent to this.
Okay.
I don't consent to this.
Let him get up.
They have only permission up to the high water mark. So they're doing way more work than they're allowed to. So their work is illegal, and that is why I'm here.
Shell started here in Erris, there's nothing but trouble. We never had that in the community. Like all we're doing is try and raise our children and get on with life. We don't want the community destroyed, and that's the reason we're standing up. Isn't this a lovely sight when you see all the fishermen united and pulling together and fighting for the one thing? Fuckers. To show them that we mean business. They buy their support in Erris. That's probably what will happen with the fishermen. They'll probably go to one and offer them thousands of euro, and then they come out in the media and say they have the support of the fishermen.
Today has shown everybody that wants to see, that advises to see, that the fishermen of Erris are united and that they intend to defend their right. The right they have to go to their place of work. It's the same as the workers of Ballinaboy had a right to go to their place of work.
The sadness that gets to you. It's not actually what you're doing, it's just how sad it is to see all these guards beating local people and pushing local people against rocks and all the people they know and people they know that are harmless people.
Right on, man, along. Hold it there. Right back to. Hold it right.
It'll never be the same, like, it'll never. It has a mark left in the community that'll never be healed, I think. I mean, it'll be there forevermore to throw back at them what they did, and it'll be our families will be casting to their families how they abused us, and I think that's going to be in the community for a long time. Good girl. Good girl.
Last night there was an emergency meeting called between from the Erris Inshore Fishermen's Association to discuss the outfall pipe into Broadhaven and to also discuss a compensation package. I told them I wouldn't be accepting any compensation and I left. We were united up until last night. And money split us in the end, you know. Money that, Shell's money that divided us.
Don't be crossing over the boat now, Sean. Go over there. I don't want no Shell workers. If you're fishermen, it's a different story, Sean. Honest to God. Listen to me. There's claims and counter-claims and fucking brought to court by Shell. And I don't want fucking Shell going on to this boat and any other one of the boats. It's as simple as that. You can fucking try outside it, but don't step on this boat. Look at, I was thrown into jail by Shell. My teeth was broke by Shell. Do you think that I'd let a Shell worker onto my property? Never. Never!
Well, I don't know what's going to happen. They can't touch my property. It's my constitutional right, like, to fish there. I have a license to fish there. Like, by law, I'm protected. If they arrest me, it'll be an unlawful arrest. If they damage my property, it'll be unlawful. I have the police on my side now. I have the Gardaí on my side. I have a statement made of ongoing threat of criminal damage to my property. So therefore, every Gardaí officer in this country will have to act on that alone. Things are, I don't know, they're good or bad. The ship is back here off Erris Head, but so far I've checked a few buoys, nothing missing or everything intact. But the Navy has come along. This is the Highland Navigator here. No, that's the Highland Navigator west, and that's the Navy between us. And she might give us protection now for our property when it's under threat, you know, hopefully. Yeah, I got a call there from Jenny Lavelle and she was over Ballycashel there about a half an hour ago. So she shouldn't be too far away now.
Yeah, go to your own tree and check each end of them. Yeah.
I was back on the Ballyglass Pier when Pat O'Down got the word to say the Solitaire had left Killybegs. I mean, it was like, it was almost like hearing there was a death. You kind of thought, what's before everybody in the next 24 hours? I watched Pat O'Donnell and he was on the move, he was on the phone, he was just, you know, he didn't know where he was, to be honest. And it kind of brought it back to me, how I was the weeks that Shell were coming in on the land here in 2005, and you saw jailing and you saw court cases and in your mind. And I saw Pat O'Donnell in the very same position. I felt for him, you know, but he had the support of the community behind him. Maybe he didn't realise that because we're not fishermen and we're not capable of going out on a boat or swimming or whatever.
21st of August they told me now to move my gear, you know, when they didn't buy me.
Yeah.
So they're trying to bully me now at this stage, this intimidation crack, bringing in the force of the state.
Surely they have a right to move you.
They have a right to move me. No, I have a right to be here. This is where I've been all my life. We used to always wave to the Navy. Bad times are on good times. They'll come to my rescue when the shit hits the fan. Jonathan's out ahead of me and Kevin McCann has gone back there and JT Lavelle is joining up now shortly.
All vessels be advised to keep half nautical mile exclusion from the ship Solitaire.
This is some ship.
Broadhaven Bay.
The day of reckoning is here, the Solitaire. So much hype.
She's as big as a top.
Big and all she is now, she'll have to obey the law.
This is Solitaire. Safety of the Solitaire and your vessel is paramount. The action taken by your vessel is create a clear risk for both vessels. Please immediately take action to stay well clear of the Solitaire. This is Solitaire out.
Yeah, John Michel here. We have pots here in Broadhaven Bay. We asked the Minister for Transport to give us an exclusion zone. We're not going to give the Solitaire or any other vessel contracted to Shell any exclusion zone. Do you get that? I just got a call there. Mother Harrington's gone on hunger strike.
Yeah?
Jesus Christ almighty. She won't back down, you see.
The talking is over. It's in the Garda Commissioner's office. It's in the High Court. It's your duty to protect my property from criminal damage. You can't. Arrest me. Here.
No, I'm not going to arrest you, Pat.
You told me in the station you would.
You said you come peacefully.
I will, and I'll go with you. Here, get the cuffs.
I'm not going to arrest you, Pat.
Go on.
Pull back for 1 minute, Pat.
No.
Just
My gear is over here, John. Johnson, are you all right?
Yeah, fine, yeah.
I have to warn you that you're creating an offence of dangerous navigation by staying here at the rear of the solitaire.
I am protecting my livelihood, my property.
Pat, I understand.
Whether that is dangerous or not, John,
Okay.
it will be done.
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the only way you can do this now is bring me into the station. There's another boat to bring in after me. My son is there, and there's another boat behind there. I'll go with you.
The last thing I want to have to do is that.
Well,
will you not reconsider and pull back? The second time, I'm going to ask you to desist and leave the area. I have to. In all fairness,
leave what area? This is my area. Look good. Bring me in to fuck.
Pat,
I'm not leaving this area.
Just, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes. Have your cigarette and think about it. Please, reconsider it.
This is not happening anyway, lads, while I'm here. So the only way to take me in. You get your pipe down then.
I'll arrest you. Section 8, Public Order Act.
No. What Public Order Act?
Yeah.
Simon, I'm under arrest here. Yeah, and they're impounding the boat. Jonathan has taken my place now, so he'll be under arrest in about half an hour, I'd say.
You are inside the exclusion zone. You must stay clear for your own safety and the safety of the other vessels in and around the vessel solitaire. Over.
Once you come into Ellis, all law is suspended. Shame for you lads. Shell takes over the law. And that's why I cannot fly my tricolour, I'm sad to say. The criminal law.
They wanted me to go home after 10 minutes if I'd give them their word that I wouldn't go out again. So I said to the super that if he gave me his word that he'd protect my property, I'd gladly give my word. So he said he couldn't do that. So I said I couldn't do that either.
So what's happening now?
So what's happening now, I'm going home for a few hours and I'm going out to check my property again in the morning. All right, for check. Good night.
I'm doing it because after 8 years of seeing what our own government in the first place is willing to do to its own people, both in giving away all rights to what was properly ours and then bringing all the forces of the state to bear on us at the behest of Shell. There is little else one can do except put one's life on the line and hope that a few people will wake up and ask why.
This is the John Michel, James Collins, Dion Isle. We have gear in the vicinity of Broadhaven Bay. We are requesting all contracted ships to Shell to stay clear of our gear. Thank you. I just cannot do nothing. They'll have to arrest me again and again and again. I cannot stay at home because I won't sleep. My livelihood depends on this here. My property is here, and the state is failing in their duty to protect me.
Island navigator, position 54 degrees, 17 decimal 44 north, 009. Sierra Gulf India, be advised you're inside the exclusion zone. For your safety and the safety of the vessels in and around the vessel solitaire, you must stay clear. Over.
Yeah, you're inside my safety zone. We have crab pots on the seabed. It's my property and it's going to be damaged by your actions here. So I'm asking you to give us a clear distance. Keep away from us, please.
Please immediately take action to stay well clear of the solitaire. This is solitaire out.
Jean-Michel, James Collins, both vessels have been commanded to leave the area under Section 8 of the Public Order Act. You are committing an offence.
They're about to commit a criminal offence. Come on, do your duty. Do your duty. Who are you taking advice from? Shell or the government? Go back. Is it Shell or the government? Go back there. My pots, my livelihood. My livelihood. I'm not leaving no area.
How are you? My name is Sergeant Dynan.
How are you?
Right? How are you? And I'm presently attached to the water unit here.
Yeah.
And I'm formally arresting you now, Pat, under Section 24 of the Public Order Act 1994 for an offence under Section 81B of the same Act. You were asked to leave this particular area. You were warned on a number of occasions and you failed to do so. Will you now go back towards Ballyglass Pier, please?
Right.
Okay?
What's Section 24?
The controversial Corrib gas pipeline off the coast of Mayo have suffered a major setback. Work on laying the first sections of the pipeline were abandoned today after equipment on board the pipelaying ship was accidentally damaged.
To be told that the solitaire was moving out of Broadhaven, you just couldn't describe it. Everybody was on a high. Here in our own house, we were so delighted. I don't believe in miracles, but this certainly was one. Somebody's prayers came through.
When it was announced this was leaving by John Egan, I'm sure he expected I'd open a packet of biscuits. But I remain of the belief that if I had, then the solitaire could well have been magically repaired. I said I would undertake a hunger strike to the death once the solitaire entered Broadhaven Bay. Now, until the solitaire is removed from Irish waters, I continue.
This all started the 21st of August. I think you were with me that day. And I weighed myself yesterday morning and I'm down almost a stone. And that's from stress and worry and hoping this will go right for us. And it has gone right. And I think it's time for Mother to just come off her protest. It's hopefully now for tomorrow when we get that confirmation she will come off it. I honestly think she will. But it's taken a toll on, you know, on the people that's around, you know. We're not is hard.
I thank divine grace and the support of decent people everywhere that the Solitaire has left Irish territorial waters. The courage of the chief, Pat O'Donnell, and his son Jonathan, who fought to uphold their rights at sea, and the tenacity of local people in their quest for justice is a testament to what is best in all of us.
Rolling, Sean.
Yeah. Now we're hauling up our gear now, the crab pots. We're taking them ashore for the winter. They were here on the way, the Solitaire. So we can take them ashore now. She's gone for the... She headed out for the winter for calmer waters. They'll buy a lot of people off, like, so, some won't sell and some will swill and that kind of thing, you know. But as long as there's a few left, like, we'll be all right. Yeah.
I think we needed this break in the worst way. Because Shell were pushing us to a stage is that, you know, you wouldn't want to think of what was going to happen. That's the way I see it. It has given us a chance to draw our breath and to relax. You know, I mean, it has been a hard 8 years. And at least if we get 6 months more, we'll be prepared for 8 years more, hopefully. But saying that, we hope it don't have to be that way.
Shell certainly used legislation against us in what I perceive as the most vicious way. It certainly resulted then eventually in 5 people being jailed for breaking a temporary order. If they were so insistent that if those 5 local people broke their order, they should be punished, well, they should apply the same to their own case. They broke a court order.
We put it down in their own spots. It won't take much hammering. Well, I'm hoping there'll be a peaceful resolution to it and it'll be sorted out. Either it'll go away or it'll be done properly. Some one of the two. I mean, it's up to Shell. They should have the solution of how to do it and how to do it right. If not, it's not up to us to tell them what to do. What we're telling them to do is to keep out of the community and not to pollute it and destroy it. Apart from that, we don't worry about their profits or their shares. I mean, we have nothing against them making profit, but not at our expense.
We just brought in the last of the crab pots today from Broadhaven and over east. So we have finished up now for the season. This is the 8th year now of Shell. And it's not getting any easier, like. But still, it's no easier for them either, like. Can relax now for the winter and I might take my family for a week or 10 days away out of here for a while. So, that's the story for now. Come on, Richie, you have enough. Yeah, fucker, yeah. Oh, no. Oh, are you going for a cup of tea? I will. Go on.